Awesome, awesome. Well, thanks for having me, Abigail, and great to meet you guys. I know you guys are muted, but I definitely look forward to meeting all you guys individually, whether it's in Vegas or on Facebook or it's on another Zoom call to talk more. I have about 30 minutes. I got to get ready. We have an event with David and Manite tonight in South Florida. But yeah, me and Abigail, we got connected really in Houston, and now we're here. And just wanted to get on here and just share a few thoughts, not talk too long. Maybe answer any questions, in a few minutes. But I've been an entrepreneur, guys. For those of you who don't know my story, for about 5 years. I got started at 18. I'm 23 years old right now. And when I started, it was with a health and nutrition company. It was with products. Did great things there. Built a team to about 2,000, 3,000 people in my first company at 19. But then everything kind of fell apart. I got a phone call one day. That company wasn't going to be in business for about a week. And I had to move on at 20 years old, literally going from, good amount of money a month to nothing overnight. It was a scary situation. Not sure if you guys have been there before, maybe with a business or with a job. But I've been, at the top. I guess you could say I've been at the bottom. And I've been at the bottom recently, earlier this year, where I was at a low point in my life. And literally things started to come back into place. I got reconnected with Jason and Matt. And now we're here. And I just wanted to get on here and just share a few things that helped me, get to where I'm at. But most importantly, to get to you guys where you want to be, but your people. You see, if you want to go Platinum 2000 or if you want to go Chairman 10, you can't focus on your numbers because then you lose sight of the vision. You have to keep the vision first and the numbers will start to come. So my personal vision is 10 chairmen in my organization in 2018. If I have 10 chairmen, I'll be a chairman 100, which is what my goal is. But what's your goal? So if that's how you break down. You take a big goal, Brian Tracy says, and you break it down into small, tiny pieces. So maybe Carlos or Daniela or Vince or Tony or Troy or Vicente, your goal, before convention, I'm going to use convention as a bullet point, as a marker, because that's really what we're building up to the next 90 days. Let's say your goal is Platinum 5K or Chairman 10. You have to go through your your tree, look at your three legs. I believe everybody on this call is a P600 or P150, about to go P600 or above. So, I'm going to be really, straightforward tonight. Is you have to look at other people's in your tree, in your business, and you have to say, I'm getting this guy or this girl to this rank. I'm not going to focus on my rank. I'm going to focus on their rank. I'm going to focus on who's their three legs, and break it down literally to who's going to be the next 600. My mentor taught me years ago, and this applies to IML. It's basically go Platinum 600, teach Platinum 600. It was a different company, different rank, but same type of income. Go Platinum 600, teach Platinum 600. So if you've already gotten there, great. You did the first part. Now the second part is you need to teach people how you got there. And it needs to be the way you teach them is the way they're going to teach their people. So if it's not duplicatable, don't even do it. If you did Facebook ads to get it, great for you, but that's not, really duplicatable through the organization. It takes a lot for somebody to understand that. So whatever you do, make sure it's duplicatable in your group. But simple tip, focus on other people's income and your income will go up. Jim Rohn says, help other people pay their bills and all your bills will be paid. It's actually pretty funny. Help other people get into nicer cars and you'll have a nicer car. Help other people live a great life and you'll live a great life. So it's putting other people first. And at a leadership rank at P150, at P600, you guys have people that look up to you. You guys are in a position. I love what Matt Rosa said. He says a title is the lowest form of leadership. But when you're at Platinum 600, you have people looking up to you. So it's important on how you treat them. It's important on what's the daily schedule because they're going to take advice from you. Think of it as if you take an American baby, put the baby in China. The baby's going to grow up speaking Chinese because the environment that the baby's in. Take a Chinese baby, put it in America, the baby's going to grow up speaking English if they're in an English household. So the environment that you create for your team matters. Some environments I've seen in network marketing, it's cursing's okay. Not dressing professionals okay. And all those teams always fall apart because the level of respect, the level of professionalism is just not there. Why do you look at, you look at somebody like David Emanite, who I'll be with in a few hours. How has he built an empire, in literally in 2 companies in the past 12 years? I mean, what X amount of millions he's made. And how has he done that? Because he understood that if he leads, people will follow, and people will follow his lead. So as you're leading your team, maybe it's 1 person, maybe it's 20 people, maybe it's 30 people. They're listening to you. You're in a figure of authority. So it's important that when you give advice, it's not your best intentions first, it's their intentions first. And that's important because people know if you're just BSing or you're seriously care about other people. Matt and Jason, one of their strengths is they really care about people. Like they really do. And that's why so many people, when they think of IML or when they look at IML, why do they want to get started with them? Because they know their intentions are going to be there first. So that's the first thing I want to talk about. Second thing is consistency. You guys have heard this on every freaking call you've ever been on in network marketing. You guys know this. You got to be consistent. But consistently doing what is the question I want to ask you guys. Some people are consistent at waking up really late in the morning. Some people are really consistent with bad things. So what have you been consistent doing over the past 30, 60, 90 days to get to where you're at today? Because what you did 90 days ago is the reason why your bank account looks like the way it is now. Your lifestyle looks the way it is now. The thoughts that you had 90 days ago created your life right now. So 90 days from now, we're going to be in Vegas. We're going to have a great time. It's going to be a great event. But you have to understand that you can't wait until March 1st to say, oh, now I'm going to start working, because it'll be too late. Those results you won't see until the summer. I love how I'm literally getting messages right now from people that I'm just prospecting, people that I'm talking to. They're like, yeah, I'm waiting for the new year. I'll sign up in the new year. I'm like, okay, go ahead. I'm not going to wait for you though. I want to work with people the last 10 days of the year that want to work, because how we finish the year is where we'll start the next year. You guys know that. So being consistent doing what? I want to give you guys a few things. Number 1, we're leaders. We're building the business. We're also trading. So an hour every day I spend prospecting. So 1 hour prospecting. Social media, Facebook, everything. 1 hour prospecting. Another hour I spend every day promoting. Promoting what? The next event, the next call, the next 2-on-1, the next home event. I'm always promoting. Jim Rohn said promotion is the number 1 skill that can literally change your business forever. He said if you can get people in front of the information, you can win. You don't got to be a great presenter. You don't got to be a great speaker. You should have saw me 5 years ago. But the one thing that I did when I had no credibility and no income in network marketing is I was a hell of a promoter. I would just get people to see the information. So an hour prospecting, an hour promoting, an hour team building. What does that mean? Working with your team. Now at Platinum 600, you have 12 people on your team. By the numbers, I would say 3 of them are probably builders. 7, 8, 9 of them are probably just customers. You probably have 3 people building, maybe even less, maybe 1 or 2 building. 80% of the people will do 20% of the work. And most people in IML are just customers. So you can't push a customer to become a builder, because then they quit. That's one thing I learned. If you try to push a customer too early, they leave or they quit, or they feel like they have to talk to people. Guys, the best thing to do, and I'm going to share with you in a second on how to identify who's who, is to let the customer get an experience. Let the customer, fall in love. It's like when people buy an Apple product or they buy just a product that gives them great experience, they naturally talk to people about it. It's not forced or pressure. The best distributors or the best networkers or the best people at the top start off as customers. It's like, I'll never trust a salesman. So when I go to buy cars, I bought 3 or 4 cars the past couple of years, whatever the case may be. The first thing I ask the salesman is, do you drive the car you're selling? I asked the BMW guy, I was like, okay, do you own a BMW? He told me no. So I went and found another salesman that actually drives a BMW. Why would I buy a car from somebody that doesn't own the product, that doesn't live the product? I don't trust them. So that's just an example. So when people ask you, do you use the products? The answer is hell yeah. You should be trading, even if it's Fusion, even if it's swipe trades. I think you guys understand that when you have a testimony on the products, it's easy. When you know how to trade, it's easy. Simple. So how do you identify who's who? Here's the question I ask people. I encourage you guys to write this down. This might save you a lot of time and money. So I ask people, so if I enroll Abigail right now, I'll help her get everything set up. But at the end of that conversation, I'll go, Abigail, are you a type 1, 2, or 3? Are you a type 1 person in IML that just wants to trade? You just want to trade Forex. Number 2, are you somebody that wants to trade, learn how to trade Forex, but get it for free? So trade, but get it for free. And then type 3 is you want to trade and also build the business. Now, if they're a type 1, I leave it at that. I set them up, 24 hours, all their products are set up, and it's game time. I just connect with them every couple of days, make sure they're good. I invite them to the trading events we're doing, and I keep them as a customer. I know 30, 60, 90 days that could change, but I don't try to push them. I don't try to push them and try to waste time. That's energy you don't need to spend there. Now, if they're a type 2, they're basically a builder, but they just don't know it yet. They're a builder that's just, maybe they have an ego issue or they have some pride or they don't want to build, or they had a bad experience, but they want to get it for free because maybe their money situation or they have an ego, whatever. That's fine. So if they want to get it for free, I set them up 24 hours. You know, I know how IML Train says 72 hours. I believe it's got to be 24 hours. I believe it's got to be right away. Help somebody. The faster you help them create a story, the faster they'll get out sharing the story. My mentor told me whoever shares the story the most will win. Whoever shows the plan the most will win. Dexter Yeager, #1 earner of all time in network marketing, he's made over $350 million in network marketing, has his audio, talks about 5 and 6 nights a week. 5 and 6 nights a week. He's showing the plan 5 and 6 nights a week. And he did that for years. He joined Amway in year 22, so you can't say that he started at the top because he didn't. And he's made over $350 million in earnings. He's still alive. He's made like 1.5 million a month since like the 80s. Every month, consistently. Built an empire, literally an empire in Amway. That's the people that I look at. Like, I want to be that type of leader. I want to be that type of person that literally his group's everywhere. So you got to ask people, what type of person are they? All of you guys want to trade and build. You want to go hit these ranks, hit a residual income, but also have Forex income. So, Brandon Boyd said to me in Houston, he's like, where focus goes, energy flows. So what we focus on will grow. Now, if you just focus on building, your team won't trade. If you just focus on trading, your team won't build. So there's got to be a balance. I don't really like the word balance, but there's got to be some sort of balance when it comes into that with trading and building. In South Florida, we do 3 or 4 events a week in person, and twice a week we do just trading. It's just what we do in South Florida. It's kind of been the schedule. But there's certain nights and certain calls where we don't talk about the business. We just talk about Forex. And then naturally people bring up the business. Naturally guests come and then they want to talk about the business and get started. So identifying leaders in your group, identifying who's a customer, who's a builder will save you time and money. John Maxwell talks about how great leaders are great identifiers. They can get on the phone and in 30 seconds know what your goals are, how serious you are, and what you want to do. What's your goal? What's your vision? I highly encourage you guys to read any John C. Maxwell books. So identifying the 3 types of people, being consistent, and really the last thing I'll share, and then we can open this up for the last 10, 15 minutes, is, I kind of mentioned it already, is building around the 600s. So when somebody gets started, I'm not going to talk about launching a new customer, but when somebody gets started and they want to build, they got to have a crystal clear plan on paper, how they're going to go platinum 600. And it doesn't matter how you draw it. They just got to see it. Maybe it's you explain to them, okay, Abigail, okay, Excel, okay, Alan, you get, 4 or 5 customers started, 6 customers started, they get free product, boom, you're at 600. There's no crystal clear way. It probably won't work out the way that you give it to them, but they need to see it before it happens. I love what David Imanici says. First, it starts in the mind, then you speak it, and then you write it, put it on paper, and you go work for it. If they can't see themselves hitting the rank, or if they can't see themselves trading Forex, why would they do it, or why would they stick around? So it's important. Great leaders are great vision casters. They can cast the vision, and it doesn't have to be this $1 million vision in the beginning for somebody, because most people can't relate to that. And most people we know won't make millions of dollars in IML. It's just the truth. But if we build around 600, and I think you need like 50 600s on your team, and you're like chairman, or maybe a little less than that. I don't know the exact number. But I do know you probably need 2, 3 platinum 5,000s if you want to go chairman. You probably need 5 P1s or 6 P1000s if you want to go P5, and a lot of 600s if you want to go P5 chairman 10. A lot of them. So that's the rank that I build around. Most of my team is in South America, like Abigail said. $500, $400 a month is average income in those countries. People hit that rank. They go all in full time. They literally stop being a doctor. It's literally crazy. They literally quit their profession and go all in here. It's insane with 12 customers. So when I draw it on the whiteboard, I'm like, okay, I guess purple is the color on this one. All right. So I'll literally draw the 3, and I'll say, okay, we got to help this person get free product. This person get free product. This person get free product. Now you have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then we need 3 more orders. So however it happens, people building, it's P150s, help 4 people go P150, but not everybody's going to build a business, which we know that. The point is, it needs to be clear. You need to be able to sit down with somebody and clearly show them how to get to each rank. Abigail can clearly show you how to get to where she's gotten. You got to be able to clearly show the newest person, if they're going to build, how to get there. So that's really the only few things I wanted to share. That's what I've been kind of teaching and promoting in my group, mainly those 3 things the past 30, 60 days as we've been traveling around. But really want to hear from you guys, and maybe any questions you guys have for me, or anything in general that I can help with. Feel free to unmute yourself and let me know. Or Abigail, anything you want to add? Open floor.
I thought it was great, Mike. Thanks so much. Unless they had any other questions, guys, like any challenges that you may have going into this, I know that consistency was like my biggest flaw when I first started. And I know just from hearing from a lot of people on the team, being consistent is going to be the game changer for you. It's gonna make or break what you're doing. And Mike, you hit it on the head. But if you guys have any questions, like, don't be shy. Ask away. I love this call.
Thank you, Caitlin. Where's everybody from? Are you guys in the U.S.? Michigan. You guys are all muted.
Yeah, everybody on this call, I'm going to unmute you guys. Everybody on this call is in the States.
Awesome.
But, all right, I just unmuted everybody.
Cool. So last thing I'll say is use Vegas as your launch to make this year, your first, results not typical, your first 6-figure year, if that's your goal. I mean, Vegas could literally change your entire financial situation after Vegas, because we get people to Vegas is one thing. 90 days after Vegas is when the results will reap from the people that come. But you could be in the summer of this year and you had 30, 40, 50, 100 people in Vegas and go platinum 5K, go chairman 10, go chairman 25 this year. It's literally, you got to go all out for that. If you haven't committed to Vegas, there's 90 days. First month, get your flight. Second month, get your ticket. Figure out where you're staying when you get there. Vegas hotels are not expensive at all. Split a room, 3-4 people, you might spend $100 on 3-4 nights. So just find a way. I went to my first event in San Diego in 2013 with my first company, and I had a really good rank, but my income wasn't the highest, and I spent like my whole monthly check to get out there, $600 plane ticket, all this stuff, and 90 days later, 6 months later, everything changed for my business, and I went out there by myself to that event. Imagine you go to this event with 5, 10, 20, 50, 100 people on your team. And what you can do, this is kind of what I'm doing with my groups, is I have a notebook, and it's called so Miami to Vegas. I have a big team in Denver, so Denver to Vegas, and they have a piece of paper they take to every event, every one-on-one, and they have a list. So when somebody buys their flight, they write their name, and when somebody else buys their second flight, they write their name. And every team that in my group has a goal. So my group in Denver's goal is 30 people, right? 30 people to Vegas. There's a few P600s there right now, just started. So every day, the past couple of days, people have been buying flights. So they keep sending me pictures of the list, and there's more names written down. So it's this giant campaign, and it gets people interactive going to Vegas. So I encourage you guys, if you want to do that, that's the event that's going to change. That's the coming out party for IML. That's when IML will start. 2019 will be the coming out party. And 2020 is when all eyes are already on our company, but all eyes will be like, where everybody's going to IML. And here's what people are looking at right now. People are looking at IML. Every company, a lot of leaders in other companies, I have friends in everything, in every deal out there. And they're looking at IML and they're saying, damn, they're saying two things. Is it going to last? Whatever. Obviously, we know it's going to be your long-term. It's an education company. And they're saying, if I join, this is so funny. If I join, who will I join with? Now you got to think about that. And this is where you have to be humble. You have to say, okay, why would this 6-figure earner in another company join me? What can I do to help them? What value can I bring to help them and their team? People are looking at IML, but why would they join with you? Why would they join with me? Have you became the person that you need to become? If the answer is no, write out the type of person that you need to become and do it. It's not income that people are looking at. Jason Brown brought in Alex Morton. Jason Brown never made more than $1,000 a month in network marketing. Morton made millions. He brought him in IML. So that doesn't mean anything. It's the type of person that you have to become to attract those type of people. Now it's just an example. But Vegas, just got to be there. Look forward to meeting all you guys there in Vegas for sure. But other than that, if anybody has anything else, or Abigail, pass it back to you.
Appreciate it, Mike. Yeah, this was fantastic. I really appreciate your time. I know you got a busy schedule. You're going to that event tonight. Just the last thing I wanted to say, guys, Saturday team call that we do every weekend. This coming Saturday, I know I say this every time, but this one is going to set the quarter one up for you guys for 2018. That 90-day game plan, that 90-day run. Matt Rosa talks a lot about it. I've heard Mike talk about it. Everybody functions within a 90-day time frame. And that's what I want to go over for you guys to set your 2018 up for success. But other than that, definitely appreciate your time, Mike. I'm going to sign off here, and we'll keep it. You got
it. One more thing. You guys are blessed to be working with Abigail. I mean, she is the definition of a lady boss. She's taking this serious. So stay close to her, leverage her on calls, and put the right people in front of her, and let her do her thing. You guys are blessed for sure.
Appreciate you, Mike. All right, guys.
Alrighty, guys. Great to meet you guys. And connect with me on Facebook or anything. You guys have any questions, feel free to reach out.
Awesome. Thanks, Mike. See ya.
All right, guys.